Hello everyone, Tricia Paxton here. I have a question for you. Are you getting enough sleep? Sleep deprivation is really bad for you. Not getting enough sleep is really bad for you. It could wreak havoc on your health, your well-being. It really messes with your hormones. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to higher risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, depression. Sleep deprivation is very common. About 30% of adults, which is in the millions, have sleep deprivation, and about 66% of adolescents have sleep deprivation. There's a few things that sleep deprivation does to you. It will slow your reaction time. Your reaction time when you're sleep deprived will not be as quick as it normally would be, which means driving and other high-risk activities are extremely risky when you are sleep deprived. It has been shown that, or a study has shown that sleep deprivation while driving is almost as bad as drinking and driving. Your memory suffers. If you are sleep deprived, you will lose your long-term, or your long-term and short-term memory are affected. Your brain just doesn't function as well when you're sleep deprived. And it's really important to get a good night's sleep before any big event. So let's see. Your emotions are heightened. If you are sleep deprived, your brain functions go down and your reaction time go down, but your emotions are heightened. Have you ever argued with your children in the morning after having not a really good night's sleep? Well, that's probably because you're sleep deprived. Arguments with spouses, employers, and your kids, if you're sleep deprived, are more likely to happen. And unfortunately, it's more likely that you will be at fault because you have a tendency to blow things out of proportion when you're sleep deprived. Your immune function and your health suffers. If you are sleep deprived, if you are not getting enough sleep, your immunity does go down. You are more likely to get sick if you're sleep deprived. And that could be the reason why sleep deprivation has been linked to your chronic illnesses. If you're not getting enough sleep, I do have a few tips that may help you to get that restful sleep. If you stick to a schedule, if you were to go to bed at the same time every night and wake up the same time every morning on a routine basis, you are more likely to wake up in the morning without any alarm clock. Exercise daily. If you exercise daily, mostly your aerobic exercises, it will help you to get a more restful sleep. Avoid caffeines and other stimulants 4 to 6 hours before bedtime. The stimulants, the chemicals in the stimulants could interrupt your restful sleep. Power down and unplug. If you were to shut your television off, power down your electronic devices, your notebooks, your cell phones, your computers an hour before bed, that could help you get a more restful sleep. The blue lights and the bright screens on the electronic devices tend to decrease our melatonin levels. And the decrease of melatonin levels has an effect on a restful sleep. Sleep primarily at night. But if you do find yourself sleep deprived, go ahead, take your power nap in the afternoon, but make it just that. Make it a power nap. Make it 15 minutes, half hour. Don't take the really long naps like I really love to do on the weekends. But those could affect you getting a more restful sleep at night. Relax, meditate. Find a good relaxing routine that will get you from your waking to your resting stage. It's a big help to get a more restful sleep if you find a relaxing routine to get you to that point. Some nights you may find that getting a good night's sleep is just almost near impossible. But if you try a few of these tips, it could help you to get a more restful sleep instead of a restless sleep. Thank you so much for joining me.